Hello, hello. I'm going to go straight into chapter 9 today. Varjak dreamed that night. He dreamed he was back in Mesopotamia. He tasted the wild mint air. He blinked in the bright silent sunlight. The sky was so clear and blue he could see the stars, even though it was daytime. He was on the mountain with Jalal. They were standing on the summit. It was a sheer drop, an open drop. They could walk no further without falling. Yet above them, ahead of them, was that mountain range, impossibly huge and perfect, and impossibly far away. "Are you ready to climb those mountains?" said Jalal. "How?" said Varjak. "We can't climb any further." "Sometimes," said Jalal. "In order to go up, you must go down." Varjak looked into the whiteness. At first, he thought he was staring at the snowy slope to the nearest mountain, but then the whiteness opened up and drifted away, and he realised with a horrible jolt that he'd actually been looking at a bank of clouds. He was so high. He was higher than the clouds. He felt giddy. "We can't go down there," he said. "It's too far." "A single jump could do it," said Jalal cheerfully. "But we'll fall." "Precisely. We need only fall and we will be there." Varjak looked through the clouds and saw what the nearest mountain slopes were much further below than he'd thought. He couldn't be sure where space ended and the mountain began. He felt dizzy thinking about it. The wind wobbled dangerously and he had to look up. "It's too far, Jalal. We'll never make it." Jalal drew back. His amber eyes sparkled in the sun. He raised a paw in readiness. Then he raised the sheer drop, the edge of the mountain, and sprang forwards into space. "Jalal, no!" cried Varjak. He rushed to the edge just in time to see the old cat arching through the air, plunging into the clouds, and disappearing from view. He was gone. Gone. Varjak stood alone on the top of the mountain. He shook his head. This was madness. He couldn't jump off a mountain. He'd be killed. His body would smash to pieces. He'd surely die. Yet Jalal had done it. He looked down, his stomach churned. He didn't like being alone here. The wild mint air was going to his head again. He cursed his mad old ancestor. But what else could he do? Jalal left him no choice. He drew back, shut his eyes, and still cursing the name of Jalal, Varjak Paw ran at the edge of the mountain. He sprang forwards and flew into the clearest, bluest sky. Whooping, shrieking, soaring, he plunged through the clouds. Air rushed through his fur, his whiskers, his face. He was falling through space and whump! Finally landed lightly on his paws, safe on the other side. He'd done it! He'd crossed the chasm, he'd jumped the void, he'd made it to the other mountain. Jalal stood beside him, combing his whiskers. "Not so hard once you let go, is it?" said the old cat. He gestured at the path winding up into the heights ahead of them. "And now we have fallen, we can climb once again."